you doing, folks? Almost 6 o'clock here on the East Coast of the United States of America. That's right. Starting a little late, I guess. That's okay with me. Episode 11 of my winter warmer. Probably got to paint some more tracks on a Panzer IV here. Been oxidizing the tracks. Got one more tank to do. Then we're going to work on muskets, painting muskets for the Russians here. Let me get all of them out. Painted all the line infantry muskets yesterday. I still got to paint the metallic parts. I'm doing the wood. So I'm going to do that. Get all these Jaeger done. Then we're going to do all the metal parts. Start with the line infantry, then the Jaeger. That's it. They're done. Time for basing and flags. Wow, coffee's pretty good. Hi doing, Nordstrom. Nordic. Michael. Mikhail. Good to see you again. Got my projects lined up. I know what I'm going to be doing. How'd you get along last night? Anything? Any news to report? Does that look all right? I guess. It looks okay to me. What's the temperature? Feels colder, it says that. What is the temp, though? 20 degrees. Wow, did you see how cold it's going to get Monday on? It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Day and night temperatures are like single digits and below zero at night. Holy smokes, man. This is going to be a cold, this is a cold, brutal winter. Haven't had one of these in a while. That's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. Oh. You'd think I was a complainer. I'm not a complainer. But man, I can't help but notice how cold it is this year. And how brutal that cold is. Can't help it. Get frostbite in my own freaking house. Not so bad this evening. Getting to stupid levels of cold out there. I did not do much last night. I was really tired. That's right, you had the sleeping episode. That's good, that's good. That is going to be a very, very cold evening. Yeah. I think the lowest temperature I saw was negative, and this is without the wind chill, -6. I don't want to say -8, but I think it was -6. We're going to have a couple nights where it's just in the negatives. I just hope the wind ain't blowing. People are going to be frozen solid. I feel bad for all the animals that are out, you know, feral, and all the cats and stuff. 24 degrees right now, but it's going to drop as the evening goes on. What the heck was that? Always hearing something around here. Extra space heater. Yeah. It's going to be rough getting out of bed on those nights or on those days. Oh, man. If you don't see me doing a chat, that's why. I haven't even gotten out of the bed. I'm just going to camp out in there, grab some books, my phone, just hang out in there all day. Oh, I gotta refill it, man. Maybe I shouldn't. Too much coffee. In my excitement to get coffee tonight, I only had 1 cup today. I was gonna save it for the chat, have another one. I ran out of instant coffee. Yeah. You know, instant coffee's great. You just pull it out and dump it in the old cup. But I just bought a full supply of, through the dripper coffee. Because I got a coffee maker. But in my haste, I boiled up my water, poured it in the cup, threw in some dairy creamer from the get-go, and then dug into my freshly purchased can of non-instant coffee, grabbed a spoon, shoveled a load into my cup of boiling water, stirred it thoroughly, and was kind of shocked and surprised to notice that nothing but solid coffee grinds was on the top surface of the coffee. And to my shock, I realized I had blundered. I'm so used to just pouring that instant coffee in the cup. I just poured the drip coffee right into my mug and wasted my creamer. So I had to start over, clean out my coffee maker because I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, what a blunder that was. As a result, the coffee isn't that hot. And I gotta refill it a little bit. Put a little too much creamer in there. Just totally wasn't thinking. You got to put this in the coffee maker, with the filter. Come on, what's the matter with you? No, I didn't think of that. Totally forgot. Just shovel a load right in my cup of hot water with creamer. I was thinking, I'll just skim it off the top. I could try. I tried once, twice. Nah, it ain't going to happen. Whoosh, right down the sink. What a waste. Oh, well. But that said, it is convenient, and they're filling up with some coffee. Gonna go back to using this. Takes me forever to do this. Let's see how we get along tonight. I want to get all these Jaeger done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 strips of, in general, 2 to 4 figures. Most of them are 4 figures each. 1 strip is 2. Looks like 2 strips are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 strips are 3. Okay, so the rest are 4s. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to quickly fill my cup a little bit more, and then we'll get to this fantastic stream of mine where I tell tales of woe. I'd like to play some more Castles and Crusades if we get the chance. outside of Sunday. Give other folks a chance to play with us. Maybe even spend a session rolling up characters. Get used to those roles. Not sure Kyle's always available. That's okay. He'll be there Sunday. Jesse will be there Sunday. You'll be there Sunday. Maybe Ted. Ted messaged me the other day. I forget what he said. It wasn't around. That's why he wasn't in Sunday session. But he'll be there. He'll enjoy that. He's an old schooler. Let me go refill some coffee. Be right back. Costume Crusades was a fun time. Yeah, it was. I had a really good time. I think any game would be a good time. Depends on who you're playing with. That's such a big deal, who you're playing with. You were great. You were awesome. Nobody had any problems talking, which sometimes happens. Used to doing that. You know, talking over people and that kind of thing. It seemed pretty good. Nope. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I've had people come in and it'd last a few sessions. And I could, you know, after a few sessions, I'm pretty much, wow, this can't go on anymore. But I give everybody plenty of chance, you know. I don't just give them one shot and they come in and get rid of them. Most people are pretty good. Keep in mind, when I started my online Pathfinder campaign, it was just me. And Patrick, who I've known for years before that. And everybody that's in there currently, after 4+ years of playing games, I met them all on Facebook. You know, those group finder groups. That's how I met Rachel, met Kyle that way. And yeah, all the other folks too. Everybody else I already knew, like Byron. Some other friends that I don't know what became of them. My friend from Finland, my friend from Netherlands. But they just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. And I managed to find the right people, stuck with them, and here we are. Lunch Connect. How you doing, Bill? What is today? It's Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday. 97, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 100, wait, 200, wait a minute. 97, 89, 103, 104, 104, 104. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 20, 40, 60, 25, 25. Okay. Frizetta girls. Frizetta girls. I saw a new role-playing game go up on Kickstarter. Looks kind of interesting. It looks like something Kyle would enjoy. It's actually a... hold on a second. I got a notification. It's a blend of a lot of different role-playing games. It's up on Kickstarter. Hold on a second. I got to read this. Oh, screw this. Damn it. I just screwed up something here. It's a blend of a bunch of different role-playing games, including a little bit of Pathfinder in there, a little bit of Free League's Year Zero engine style dice pool type of game. Its main mechanic is dice pulls. All right, it's got some of that in there, which, you know, it's what else? It's got a little bit of the, what else? I know there's more. It's got classes, but it doesn't use levels. Oh, Savage Worlds. It's got a little bit of the Savage Worlds mechanic in there with exploding dice. It's got conditions. It's, you know, kind of like 5e and Pathfinder does. It's got conditions in it. It uses dice pulls as the main mechanic. Needs 6s for successes, although some tasks require more than one success. Like, oh, maybe you're rolling 6d6. It's a d6 system. Maybe you're rolling 6d6 and you need 2 successes. That means you need 2 of the dice to come up 6. Okay, that's 2 successes. So the more dice you're rolling, the more likely. That kind of thing. A dice pull mechanic, which you see used by Free League. I love that. I love dice pulls. They're great. But yeah, it's got conditions. It's very much well-suited if you're using grids and miniatures or tokens. There's no levels, but it's got classes. It's got the traditional races, plus an extra one. I think you can play Furbog. Elves, halflings, dwarves, humans. It's got a whole bunch of classes you could do. The typical ones that you can imagine. It's got a setting built into the system called, of all things, the Isle of Osric, which is interesting. That has 2 meanings to it. One is the real-world representation of Osric. The second thing is the acronym for the first edition Osric rulebook. Yeah, it's got a bunch of things in it like that. It's got a special mechanic for oaths, which is kind of intriguing. It's got a robust, as Squirrel would say. I love that word, actually. Robust. I know why he uses it. It's got a robust skill system. But again, it's all dice pulls. You got your main stats, plus your skill ability. You add them together. There's your d6s. If you got magical support, you add those dice. There's exploding d6s. Whenever you roll a 6, you roll it again to see if it explodes. So it's got a fun mechanic. It looks really good, tight, well presented. The artwork is top notch. Top notch. Some of the best I've seen. And it's on Kickstarter now. And the name of this, actually, let's see if we can find it. Let's go look for it, actually. Let's go look for it. We'll talk a little bit about this game. We'll take a look at it on Kickstarter. Share the links. It looks interesting. It looks like something I think I could play with the others in my Sunday group. I think they would like it. It's much simpler. And of course, no levels. I mean, how could you beat that? That's definitely a plus in my book. Let me go to my emails here and see if I can find it. I'm not even sure where I seen it. Well, let me just go to Kickstarter. Kickstarter. I was going to mention this yesterday. I forgot. Right, Bill? Right, Bill? Bill? How's those Austrians coming along? Ah. Let's see. Sha-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da. Well, I'm logged in. Let me see. How do I find things on here? I do not know. So click my thing here. Setting messages, saved projects. Saved projects, would that be it? Would I find them all in there? There it is. I found it! I found it! I'm following a bunch of things. Huh. Well, let's go to this one and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about and share some linkage. Want a linkage? It's not out yet. Companies out there in Arizona. It's Arizona. Got 95 followers right now. Let me copy the link. Copyage. Let's take a look at it though first. You guys tell me what you think. You guys can tell me what you think. I'm really curious. I'm really curious. So there we go. It's called, of all things, Oathhammer. Tabletop RPG. Huh? What do you think of that artwork, huh? It's pretty good. It looks like Phil Bonner artwork. Is that who it reminds me of? I'm not sure. Oathhammer. Tired of playing variants of the same D20 system? Experience a new game that focuses on intuitive combat, hex crawl exploration, and domain level play. Hey, count me. That's old school, man. That's old school. Intuitive combat. What do you mean by that, intuitive combat? Oathhammer reflects the nuances of combat without being overcomplicated. Agile combatants feel like they dodge blows, while armor deflects damage and behaves the way it should. Dice rolls are easier to interpret, which results in combat that feels less ambiguous and abstract. All right, there you go. More beautiful artwork. Sounds good to me. Next, innovative magic. Spellcasting is unpredictable, taking a toll on a mage's body and mind. When an arcane caster incurs too much stress, they temporarily lose the ability to cast spells. Dark magic, while powerful, carries inherent risks. Some more beautiful artwork, kind of whimsical. Hex crawling. Oh boy, what's that about? Explore Osric Isle, a land that has been conquered by evil forces. Characters travel across a detailed world that is divided into hexes. While each region has its own unique landmarks, additional rules are provided for randomly generating territory features and random encounters. Random encounters, baby. Player domains. What's that about? As characters gain renown, they will attract vassals and build settlements across Osric Isle. Characters will have to contend with the evil forces that have conquered the island and rival domains. Rules for diplomacy, warfare, and subterfuge are provided, along with randomized tables for determining rival domain actions. Here's an example page of the dwarves. Let's read it real quick. This is short, so bear with me. This is taken from the rule book. More on that at the bottom of the page. You'll see. You'll be happy about this. Dwarves. Though shorter than men, dwarves are stronger and more broadly built. The life expectancy of a dwarf is approximately 200 years. That's not long. Though some have lived significantly longer. The dwarves of Osric Isle are known as Dwagar, and are famed for their craftsmanship, loyalty, and fiery tempers. Most Dwagar live in exile, honing their martial abilities so they will one day return to Osric Isle and reclaim their homeland. Part of the backstory of Osric Isle, it was once the realm of the dwarves, but because of the invasion of evil forces, they're no longer there anymore. So they have this dream, this to reclaim Osric Isle as their own once again. Fjord training. This is an ability that comes with being a dwarf. It's called Fjord training. You gain +1 bonus to attack and defense rolls. You are also proficient with heavy weapons. Okay, sounds good. Next one is Master Craftsman. This is another trait of dwarves. Master Craftsman. You gain 2 ranks in brewing, masonry, or smithing. Your choice. Okay, and finally, well, almost finally, they have Ponderous, which is a bad thing, right? We'll see. You incur a -1 penalty to acrobatics checks. Nice and simple and straightforward, okay? And finally, Stalwart. You gain 1 rank of toughness, and your encumbrance limit is increased by 4. You cannot be dazed. All right? So that's the rules associated with being a dwarf. Sounds pretty cool. Good backstory. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. And it gives you a table here for names, males, females, and surnames. All right, so there you go. That's the page from the dwarfs. And finally, there's not only a Discord channel, but there's also a free quick start rule book, which I have read already. You can get this free, and it's going to be at this link. If you're interested in this, and just the artwork alone makes it pretty interesting to me. Again, it hasn't launched yet, but I'm going to share the link. So you guys can check it out for yourself and not hear me read all this. Dazed is like a condition. The rulebook is really put together well, and it's got everything in there. It all makes sense. They got conditions. I guess dazed is a condition. They got all the races laid out, how the rules work in combat and skill checks, the classes. It looks really good and easy to get your head wrapped around. I think it would be kind of fun. So maybe, being a modern game, hopefully with some old school sensibilities, I might give it a shot. I think Kyle would like it. I think Rachel would love it. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, I have the quick start, and it is free, and you guys can grab it as well. Here's the link to that Kickstarter page. Check it out. Maybe follow it yourselves and see what you think. Oathhammer. There you go. That's my take on Oathhammer. Oh, darn it. I got to do something now. Damn it. Shoop-doop-dee. Dig-a-doo-boop-dee. Dig-a-doo-boop-boop-dee. Dig-a-doo-boop-boop-dee. What song is that? Anyone guess what song that is? Hopefully I won't get demonetized. Shat-doobity-da-da. Let's get that off the screen. Could do that while I talk here. What are you guys talking about? Hi, Nerdy. Nordic's got a board game set up. Spanish galleons. I love naval games. James, how you doing? James in here? Did I see James in here? Where is James? Good morning, James. Where is he? I can't see. Oh, he erased it. I can't see him. He's a sly one. Yes, indeed. No, that's not the song. It was close. It is Beatles. It's not. It's paraphrasing the music. But come on, you could pick up on that. The vibe is there. It is Beatles, though. Come together. That's right, Mini Warmutt. You got it. You win the grand prize. Toe Jam. Oh, that coffee is not as hot. I had a disaster today, James, making my coffee. I won't go into it again, but maybe I'll cover it later. It was terrible. Brian, that's Mini Warmutt. Yes, Mini Warmutt. Yes, Mini Warmutt. Anyway, did I post the link? I'm going to post it again if you guys want it. I don't know if you're even interested, but if you're interested in RPGs, there you go. I'll post it one more time. Shigga boom, boom, boom. You guys could check that out on your own. Oh. Man, I feel really energetic all of a sudden. Hope there's no caffeine in this. Yeah, I got decaf. That'd be an even worse disaster for me. If you're taking requests, Fritz. Little Led Zeppelin? Oh, I couldn't dare do that. Instant demonetization. Oh, I gotta relax a little bit here. Oh, that's right. I gotta do something here. So who's with us in the chat today? I see Mini Warmutt. Is James in there? I'm assuming he is, but he deletes his messages, so I can't go back and see. I'm not paying attention like I should. Which do you guys prefer? Never mind. I'm not going to ask this question. Not going to ask this question. Shaka, shaka, shaka. Talking about AI again. How much do you trust AI? I guess it depends on what the context is. I saw a program. What was it? I think it was on YouTube. I saw a program about AI animation software that's free that you can check out. And I was watching, seeing how they could do this stuff. It's actually pretty freaking amazing. They usually have little templates and stuff, and you can put your own pictures into those templates, and they animate. And there's all these other programs that if you know how to use, you can tighten up the resolution and the animation itself. You could tighten up the animation is what you can do. Make it look even more real. That's what it was about. It's actually quite amazing. I know a guy on Facebook, I think it is. He's been taking pictures of his miniatures, and he runs them through some simple animation AI program, and the picture animates. And his miniatures, like maybe there's some knights riding on horseback, and it creates this picture that's animated of the freaking miniatures, and the miniatures are moving, and they're riding their horses, and it looks real. It's like, holy smokes, that's pretty good. You could tell it's AI, but it's really actually pretty cool because you're looking at your miniatures moving, you know. It's kind of weird in that sense, but yeah, that's AI. Boy, where is this going to go? Where is it going to go? Imagine, Bill, you took a picture of one of your battalions of Austrians lined up. Just take that picture and run it through this AI program. Maybe you got some trees and terrain in the background. It'll take that picture just the way you took it and put it into the program, and it will animate it so the guys are actually moving. Like marching or firing or whatever. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Snow on Sunday. What's the weather like where you guys are? Anybody else getting snow? I'd say we got overall about an inch of snow out there today. Maybe an inch and a half. Didn't expect that, but yeah. Getting a little snowage. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, I got this out of the way. We can get back into this. Ay, ay, ay. Give some Korean girl. Oh, quiet. You got your Apache girlfriend. What do you want Koreans for? Don't worry about them. Bill's got them covered. 73 degrees, 71. Oh, out there in Arizona way. What part of Arizona are you guys? Who's in the north part of Arizona and who's in the south? Are you guys like central? Seems Mini Warmut seems to typically have higher temps than Bill. Poor Bill, he's freezing to death over there with 71-degree weather. Terrible, terrible. Well, I can't wear the shorts and flip-flops today, says Bill. South, Bill's in the south. You're more in the north, we'll say, Mini Warmut. Okay. Do you guys have... I don't think you guys know each other. You're just both... It's a big state, so... Tucson is higher elevation than Gilbert. There you go. Okay. Phoenix has more pavement, so hotter. Yeah, that's true. What's this link here, Nordic? Wargaming Company. That's who makes these figures I'm working on. I can't think of the guy. He's a good friend of mine. I can't think of his name. Now I feel miserable. I can't remember his name. It's my short-term memory kicking in. Oh, David Astenis. Yeah, that's what it is. He just posted over in the Tabletop Commanders, in fact. He's a really good guy. And, he's behind these beautiful figures. Lovely Apache gal. 20 years. Ah, to be young again. Yeah, I've had him in the chats a few times, David. Quite a few times, and I still think to this day I'm the reason why he went from 15 mil to 10 mil for his miniatures that he creates for the game. I still think I'm behind that, because at the time I was doing 10 mil Napoleonics, and I think I kind of converted him to it. So much so that he actually provided his own line of miniatures, and they're all in 10 mil. He didn't do that with 15 mil. He sold all of his 15 mil. So it was quite shocking, to be honest with you. The Wargaming Company. And 28, I'm with you. I'm with you, Bill, for sure. It's the manly scale. 15 mil is the Wargamer scale, for sure. For so many different reasons. But 28 mil is just... How could you not prefer that? If you could. Wouldn't we all use 28s? Come on. I just love painting, so I like the bigger figures. We have entered the part of summer where it will rain until I have ducks in my backyard. Says Joms. 54mm Chads, rise up. 54 mil. Ouch. I don't know, James. Now we're toy gaming. Of course, you're into toy gaming. You like toy gaming. There's folks that are into that. There's folks that are into the big toy game setups. I know a few people that do that. They set up plastic unpainted soldiers, put them in battles, and they don't really play games unless it's really simple. But yeah, that's a thing. Big giant plastic toys. Come together. Do do I'm sorry, you guys. I'm distracted. I have to do some things on here that I didn't expect. What do you think, Sir Joms? Maybe I'll bring you in here once again and keep folks entertained. The vibrations. I could feel the vibrations. La-da-dee-da-da-da. Maybe we'll play some Castles and Crusades. I like to save that for the weekends, though. Roll up some characters. So easy. It's freaking easy. You can make a character in 5 minutes. Because, come on, this is a race. Right? It's a race. I could finish a game session in 30 minutes. Come on. Now I have time to sit around and watch TV, too. Yeah. Well, folks. Well. MNOP. Okay. I saw, again, short-term memory issues. The dungeon minister was painting last night. I don't know how long he was on. I fell asleep. He was on quite a while. I don't know if any of you guys caught that. The dungeon minister, our Canadian DM. Drive-through RPG. Okay. Okay, let's get back to this nonsense. 2 nights ago, my wife and I watched Clerks 2? No idea what that is. Strength 12, Dex 10, Con 14, Intelligence 14, Wisdom 17, Charisma 12. I don't think there's any minimum requirements to be anything in this game. Let me double check that. I think you can be whatever you want. There's just, you know, it's not always the best way to do it. I don't think there is. Like, I know there's not for classes. I don't think there's any requirements, but you have to be lawful good to be a cleric or a paladin, for instance. There's things like that. Otherwise, alignments or suggestions. Like it says for the assassin, you can play an assassin. For the assassin, it says for alignment, any non-good. Whether that's a suggestion or it's a rule that applies, I'd have to look and see. I could see enforcing that. Otherwise, why are you playing an assassin? You know, so maybe that is a hard rule. I would probably enforce that. So it's more to do with the races. Let's look at the races real quick. I don't want to distract you guys. I'm just looking through this because this is the game I'm currently playing, and I'm curious. Okay, I'm curious. Races. Racial affinities, environment, racial traits and abilities, animosity for elves, blah, blah, blah. All right, languages. Okay, size small, movement 20 feet, typical classes. Now, these are optional, so you can be any class with any race. And you have attribute modifiers for being one, +1 con, +1 dex. This is for a dwarf, I think, right? Yeah, dwarf. But there's no requirements. And also, if you play a rogue or assassin, you get a +2 to find traps. In structures only. So there's incentives to play certain combinations. But outside of the classes and, say, alignment, there's no real requirements. So you can play what you want. And I'm okay with that. Not as restrictive as pure old school games like Beckme and AD&D. But that's all right. I mean, in a way, it's kind of funner, right? There's nothing to say you can't put restrictions on it if you want. That's the nature of this game anyway. But, yeah, by default, take those stats and play what you want. See what would be best for you. And there you go. Simple as that. Marlon Brando voice. Are you an anathema? A what, James? Athathan. Okay. Are you an Athathan? Okay, Marlon Brando. All right, I get it. Could have been Mike Tyson, too. Yes, the Mustard Wargamers are on tonight. 10 o'clock Eastern, folks. You can tune in to see those guys. I love their show. I'll probably be popping in there. If I'm still around, I think I will. Musty Wargamers. No idea what the topic is. I don't know, but I like to check them out. To use that word once again, wholesome. That's exactly what they are, even though they're a bunch of knuckleheads and alcoholics. No, they're not. Just teasing. They do like to drink. Ooh. God damn it. All right. Never mind. Send hangover kit. Nudge tonight. We are going to have 2 New Zealanders in the house. Oh yeah, that's right. Hans and Franz. Fiat German. Just drink shots every time Battletech is said. They're such great guys over there. They really are. If you guys haven't checked them out, it's basically Rusty and Palmer. They got 2 separate channels and they alternate hosting. The Musty Wargamers. I think that's it. That's the name of the show. They do every 2 weeks on Thursdays at 10 Eastern. And they do such good stuff. I love it. It's very relaxed. It's usually 3 or 4 people in there. Dan Buman, he's usually over there. Rusty and Palmer and who's the other guy? Jim? Is his name Jim? Who's the other guy, Bill? I haven't actually met him, but I know on Facebook. He's a nice guy too. Athathanith. Stop it, James. Stop it. I keep sending a Tathanith. Stop it! Stop it! Ah. It's kind of late at night for me to be absorbing all that sugar. I think it kicked my butt. I haven't even picked up the brush yet. Was ist das? What is happening? Nordic, Ace Records, Sniffing the Tears, Driver's Seat. Oh, you and your music. Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Alt Goth Lyrics, Redeemer, or Marilyn Manson. Dokken, I never heard them. Looks interesting. Death is not a costume, Marilyn. He likes Marilyn Manson. Okay. Well, we have diverse tastes here, don't we? A lot of diversity here. See, maybe I can get some things done here now. Admitting you liked M&M. Where did that go? Damn it, James, you took it off the screen. I was just reading it. Yeah, you took it off. Father Aaron's setting. Honeywood. Is that his name? Father Aaron? Interesting guy. Anglican or something? Interesting. Hangover Kit. Oh, that was a while ago. Tim, that's his name. Tim. His channel's Broken Dice. Is that his channel? I don't have his channel. We talking about the same guy here, Mini Warmont? Palmer and the Musty Wargamers, are we? Is that what we're talking here? That guy's name is Tim? Broken Dice? I'm gonna look him up. Tim, I think you're right. Musty Wargamers is like North American version of the Plastic Crack podcast. Yeah, that's true. Shall I send over the orc taskmasters to crack the whip, Fritz? Maelstrom Radio is always on. Yeah, it seems to be. Marilyn Manson. I like a lot of bands. You do. Glory Hammer is fun music. Glory Hammer. I'll start my own Goth Incorporated Club Yams with hookers and blackjack. You know what? Forget the club and the blackjack. Dutch Mister's Father Aaron. Funnily enough, he lived in the city I was born in a few years. I remember the place fondly. Oh, did he live in the United States? Or did you live in Canada? Love the minister. Can't stand his flock. Yes, there's some winners over there for sure. But they all love each other. Everybody deserves some love. And that's okay. That's fine. We're not forced to partake all the time. He lived in Pennsylvania for a bit. Huh. Wisconsin. No, I didn't know that. That's probably why I kind of get along with them. Because I don't get along with Canadians. I don't know what it is. Very few Canadians get along with me. There's a couple. I could list them on my hand, but most of them, nah, no thank you. To be honest, even Palmer's a little bit borderline at times. He's great. I count him as one I get along with, actually. Well, I probably should paint. I gotta stop being distracted. It's America's New Zealand. 51st state, baby. 51st state. It's gonna happen. Let's not get into that, but yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. Calm down. You and your filthy superior attitude. It's filthy is what it is. I hear they involve geese and hockey. Shoop, shoop. Wow, today actually turned out pretty good. Slow start, a little bit rough around the edges. Had a few mishaps with the coffee. James, I just ran out of instant coffee today. It was terrible. But I bought a fresh can of, you put it in the coffee maker. Drip coffee is what I call it, I bought a brand new can of that. I totally forgot. So when I made my coffee, I boiled my water, put my creamer in the cup in anticipation for that hot water splashing into the cup. Well, I poured it in, grabbed my drip coffee, heaved a spoon load right into the cup, which is a disaster because I've been drinking instant coffee for months until today, and I totally forgot that. Oops, you put that in the coffee maker, right? There's filters for this. Nope, I ruined a big giant mug of coffee with creamer right down the sink. Couldn't salvage it. Tried. Nah, don't have patience. I'm about to go live. Come on. So yeah, right down the sink it went. God damn, what's next? Totally forgot. Scooter's coffee shop. Scooter's coffee shop. Wow. I shall be back in a few minutes. Okay, Nordic, it's all good. It's all good. I'll be here. I hope. Nordic requires food right now. Yeah, get yourself a big hefty plate of goodness. Some steaming pasta or something. Something hot and fresh made. Sabity doo da dee dee la da. Doo ba da da ba ba boo do. Ba da 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 ba ba. Doom da da dee da da. Oh, damn it. Why is this happening now? Da 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 da. Anybody out there like jazz? I like jazz. I love jazz. James, do you like jazz? Are you just strictly a electro? I know you've listened to goth and stuff like that, but how varied are you, James, with your musical tastes these days? Where do you sit? So I love music. I am all over the place. I get into all kinds of music. I have my preferences, though. But there's not a lot of music that just turns me off. Maybe some. More like specific songs rather than genres of whole types of music. How about you, Minnie Warmut? I almost called you Winnie. Winnie Warmut?
Hey, Winnie Warmut. Hey, everybody, it's Winnie Warmut.
I'm sorry, man, that's terrible. Minnie Warmut. I'm gonna saturate YouTube with that handle because that's the name of his channel and it's fantastic. I like when he hosts those streams that they do over there. They don't let you talk enough, man. I want you to talk more. Got to exert your authority. Crack some heads. That's what you got to do. Crack some heads. You're the boss over there. You know you are. You're the main draw. Whoops. Let me check my browser here real quick. Not that one. Where's my Google browser? La da 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 da. Where is my chat? I'm a nervous wreck when I do the live feeds. Ah, Grin and Barrett, you got it. You did one of those chats where everybody was streaming from their own channel. I went on Todd's, I went on the other guy's channel. Because I didn't see yours was up there, but it was up there. So I finally got your channel. There, that's where I want to watch from. Nordic Maelstrom was there, because we all want to be on your channel. I mean, Todd's great, don't get me wrong. Him in his giant robe. But yeah, come on. Come on. Minnie Warmut. Oh, the other guy's a board gamer. That's what it is. Isn't he the guy that's always saying, I can't be bothered with paints. Put him in the garage, never look at him again. Give me my cardboard and paper. Bah, humbug. He's the other guy. Actually kind of entertaining. I don't know why I imagine all those nerds in their underwear. Ah. That's harsh. Harsh, James. Harsh. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I'm not hearing my alerts when you guys type something. I don't know why. Oh, it's not on. Duh. Let me turn it on. There we go. I will not become a hexy dude. Minis are for me. I like them both. They each have their strengths, you know? It's all one big hobby to me, but not everybody. I know a lot of us in here like to do board games too. Maybe a little role playing. A lot of wargamers like to do board games. Bill Lunch Connect, he does. Well, mostly because of his wife, though, I think. I don't think he's a hardcore board gamer. Like, he doesn't go out of his way to collect GMT's latest in the series for Great Battles of History. I don't think he does that. Phone book-sized rules somewhere here. Starfleet Battles. Starfleet Battles is awesome. I still got my copy up here behind me. I'm thinking of playing that again. A lot of people are using miniatures with that. You can get printed, which would be kind of cool. Not that I'm averse to the extremely boring counters for the game. Just extremely boring. It's horrible. But, yeah. I enjoy board games. Hold on. I enjoy board... Where did that go? Was that you, James, that put that... I was reading it and it's gone. Well, somebody enjoys board games. Yeah. Now the messages are gone. Nothing to read. What is Airtable? Anyone hear of Airtable? What is that? Bill, do you know what Airtable is? I know Adobe has something along those lines. What's it called? Work something. Adobe has something. Workfront. I think the only time I ever used Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint was for school. PowerPoint's pretty useful if you like to present things. A lot of you guys are so nerdy, though. You use Excel. You use Excel. A little bit of Excel in there. I wonder how AI could be used. I wonder what impact AI is going to have on miniature wargaming. I could think of some ways. I mean, besides the way it's presented with, art, like I was talking before, like rules. How would AI fit into future rules systems? Because whatever it is, it's going to happen, right? With maybe even board games. Then it gets like a computer game, though, doesn't it? Why would you want that? But for miniatures tabletop games, how would AI fit into future rules systems? Obviously, it's going to benefit solo play. I don't know how it would work, but Be a busy night for me tonight. Guess I should have did the chat earlier. Distracted here. Sorry, you guys. Get back over here. Cosmic Encounter is still my favorite board game. Air table sounds like air hockey. What? King of the board games is still Twilight Imperium. Phone book. La da 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 da. Well, that's nice. Had 9 right there. Down to 4. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, let me minimize this. Hopefully I can get some paint in here. My paint just completely dried up, Bill. I set it here like 10 minutes ago. Now it's all dry. God damn it. My fault. Got things going on here in my computer that I got to take care of. But we'll push on. We're going to push on. We're going to do a little pushing tonight. You need a wet palette. I do have a wet palette. I need to use my wet palette. That's what I need to do. Instead of putting it on a cork. Alright, so what should I do? Should I paint muskets, put the tank to the side? I've been sitting here for an hour and 46 minutes. I can't do my tank. Screw it. I'm gonna have to work on the Jaeger. It's more important. It's alright. See if I can get all these done. Unbelievable. I've been here for an hour and 45 minutes and I haven't picked up the brush once. Are you kidding me? Mine is a sandwich box from Dollar Tree. Yeah, that's probably the best ones. Make your own. I think that's the best kind. I made mine out of a giant sponge, some parchment paper, and Chinese takeout dish. You know those plastic round containers? That's all I had, was a round one. So I had to cut my sponge so it was round. And it worked great. Far superior to the Army Painter one, which, you know, I had sent to me by a friend. So, and the thing about the Army Painter one I found is that those sheets that it comes with, it's kind of like their version of parchment paper, I guess. They're horrible. They don't work. I don't use them. It's just, it dries the damn thing up. Yeah, my paints were drying up in it. So the way I use it now that works, the Army Painter one, is I use both the sponges that it comes with. I use both of them. And I use my own parchment paper. And it works. It'll last for well over a week, if not longer. But it does thin my paints when I leave them in there. Probably too much water. But, yeah. So I generally don't use it too often. If I'm painting 28s, I tend to use it more often because I need more paint with fewer figures, so I tend to use that paint. I don't know, a little bit longer? I don't know. Because I kind of do that with this. What am I doing? I don't want this paint. I want flat brown. Wow. flat brown Vallejo model color range, number 984. That's what I use for the muskets usually. And it is a very bland brown. That's what it should be renamed. Bland brown. No R's tonight, I guess. It's too late for him. What time is it over there? I think it's about 1 a.m. 6-hour difference, I think. Over there in Warsaw, Poland, the heart of Europe. Heart of Europe. I want to get something done here. What's the Musty Wargamers going to be talking about? Did they say? I saw their little reminder post in Musty Wargamers on Tabletop. Not Tabletop, Facebook. But I don't think they said what the topic was. Little topics. Okay, let's get some of this done. Keep getting distracted. These rifles don't have bayonets. Muskets, rather. Because they're Jaeger. They can't be fussed with bayonets. That looks good. Yeah. Alright. I have no idea what the topic is. Do another painting, Mini Warmot? Good, good, good. That's what I like to hear, actually. I'll do the talking. I got this. I got this. I'll do the talking. Providing the ambience. Power Slam. No, sorry. Rumble Slam. I love that. What a great game. I need a wrestling game. A wrestling game. I'll have to look that up. Got any wrestling games, Bill? Romans this time, 28 mil. Boy, you are all over the place. If it was Friday, I'd work on my Flames of War stuff over these guys. I'm so close to getting this project done. I mean, it's paid in full at this stage, so I kind of got to get it done. Otherwise, I'm not making any money, right? Not racing or anything, but just, you know, moving along. I'm not sure what the next project is. I'm kind of concerned for Ian. I'm not going to go into that again, but his project is up next. I should do something with it. But until I hear from him, know that he's all right, I think I'm just gonna drop it in the queue a little bit lower. I'll still work on it with my stuff, but I think I'll focus on the next project after that, which is French Napoleonics, Magister Militum 10 mil. I got a whole, I don't know what it is. It's not for, it sans Resultat rules. It's for, I don't know what game he plays. I've painted for him before. And yeah, totally different basing, everything. I'm not sure what he plays. But it's a battalion level game, so you're representing grenadiers and lights and stuff on separate bases altogether. I've got an army of French to do and an army of Austrians. How do you like that, Bill? Army of Austrians. They're next. I'm going to do the French first. I'm going to save the Austrians for second because something tells me they'll be a little bit easier to paint. Go a little bit quicker, I think. So we'll do them second. And those are behind schedule. Everything's behind schedule. I don't know what it is. Every freaking year for me is a challenge. Something always happens. Putting a wrench in things. Every freaking year. And I can't catch up. I just can't. That's okay. As long as I'm not racing and stressing out over a project, which I try to avoid, it's not so bad because I enjoy it. But when I stress out, it's not good. This is supposed to be enjoyable. I mean, come on. Supposed to be. And it is. Until you start stressing. And you get frustrated. Figures aren't turning out the way you want. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da 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 da. But so far, so good. I don't feel too stressed on these. No rush. Got plenty of time, actually. So what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to do the flags and the basing at the same time. Anyway, hopefully over the course of a week I could get it all done and still work on my Flames of War. But I'm gonna get out my big sheet of paper and draw my lines, and draw my wedges. Get all these flags made. There's 2 flags per battalion. So I gotta structure it and organize it right so I don't get confused. Know what flag goes with what other flag. Paint them, seal them. And I'll be basing at the same time. And when the flags are all made, then we're going to cut them out. We're going to put them on the little flag poles. I like to put the base on after basing. I might have to rethink that though. In this case I might, because these aren't metal figures. Those little flag poles do not bend. I mean, they're bendy, but they're not gonna hold in place if I bend them, which I sometimes do when I do the putting the flags on intentionally. And I'm not gonna be able to do that with these. So maybe. I'll have to rethink that. Because I might want to put the flags on while they're on the strips instead. And then when I base them, I'll make the figures fit the flag instead of fitting the flag to the figures. If you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. Got to ponder. Because these are resin. They're not brittle. About halfway through these. I put these guys away. Of course, this is just the wood I'm painting. I still got to do the metallics. And that's going to be separate. And we'll do that tomorrow. We'll start on the metallics parts for the line infantry. Maybe get that all done. That's the plan. And then finally, we'll do these Jaeger. We'll do all the metal parts to all the Jaeger that I'm doing right now. And that's it. That should be it. Everything else is painted. Drums, officers, everything's done. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 more strips. Winter warmer goodness. I didn't think I'd enjoy this painting challenge. I'm not a big fan of painting challenges. But I'm becoming a fan of painting challenges. Because it really gives me a little bit more motivation to work on my own stuff, which can be a challenge if you're doing commissions. Sadly, I'm not being very reasonable with my challenge. I need to be taking into account that I'm also working on commissions. But, I mean, it has to be attainable, right? Can't be something that's like, I'll get most of it done. Some of it. It has to be something I can actually do. Taking into account that I'm working on hundreds of 10mm Napoleonics. I think I'm doing okay. I think. Maybe. Kinda. I'm doing fantastic. Of course I am. Alright, it's going to be pretty rough once February hits, I gotta admit. Believe it or not, I'm not a painting machine like some folks out there. You know who you are. I fall in the camp of slow but steady. I think Bill falls in that camp. I think he's a slow and steady type of painter. I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he would appreciate being called slow. But you know what I mean. A little bit more of this paintage. You know what I mean. Okay. I gotta admit, these are some of the best figures I've worked with in 10 mil. I found that out when I was working on the French project just recently. These Russians are more enjoyable to work with. Honestly, I like the Russians. They do look pretty impressive once they're all done. Their green uniforms with little touches of red here and there. All those Shako cords just dangling. Looks good. Permissio. Okie dokie. Me oh my. Crawfish pie. Me oh my oh. Jack of diamonds. Oh, hold on a second. Jack of diamonds. Oh, that was a waste of time. What happened, James? What happened? Did the guests arrive and leave? What happened? What happened? I didn't see what you were talking about before because I can't see you eliminate the text you wrote. They made me sit there for a good hour and then were like, oh, you're here. Interesting. Interesting. Damn it. Ah, cripes. Alright, cancel this. I'm halfway through these. I don't like being distracted. I just walked out. Medical care in this country sucks. Huh. That's odd. So you did, nothing happened? Are you kidding me? You got nothing done. Why did that happen? What, didn't you have a scheduled to be there? What the hell's the matter with them? The least they could do is, oh, we'll see you then. Give me a half an hour. At least they could let you do your thing. Bastards. Ah, that's crazy. So nothing got done. How you doing, Doug? Sorry, a little distracted here. James is getting shafted down there. Well, I'd be frickin' climbing the walls. I'd be upset. Time is the greatest asset we own and have, and to sit there for an hour assuming that, oh, I'm going to do this and do that and everything will be a little bit hunky-dory. And nope, it's like, oh, you're here. Oh, you'll have to come back some other time. What? James is probably fuming right now. Top of the evening to you. Same to you, Doug. How you been? Getting some stuff done? Getting some projects underway? What's going on, Doug? I'm multitasking tonight. Look at the Musty Wargamers on tonight. That's 2 hours from now, isn't it? 8:40, 9:40. Yeah, a little over 2 hours. I don't know why I'm rushing. I'm going to be done before that. Let me relax here. Good to see Doug back in the chat. It's been a while. Iron Man, you too? Yeah, another late session. My schedule is going deeper and deeper into the darkness, which is actually kind of off-putting because I want to focus on this time slot, or earlier actually, about 3 or 4, but I've been so wrapped up in other things, staying up a little bit later, working on things, and sleeping a little bit later, so it's catching up with me again already, which kind of sucks. But it's alright. We'll try and maintain this time slot, or a little bit earlier actually. Looks like my debit card was illegally used in Las Vegas. Cancel the transaction. Don't know how they did that. Yep, I've had that happen. With my credit cards and my debit card. That's never good. Fortunately, no transactions were made. Everything was caught on by the banks and all that. So... send you an email saying, hey, this is unusual. Was this you? Let us know. Ended up putting my debit card on hold. And I never got a new debit card. So I can't use my debit card. I haven't used my debit card in years since then. Because they wouldn't send me a new one. I can't even use it. They turned the card off. So I basically have no debit card. Fortunately, I have more than one bank. Canceled all my credit cards, so I don't deal with that anymore. Although I'll probably get another credit card. Everybody should have 2 or 3 credit cards. Just to build credit. Seldom, well, you have to use them. You have to use them a little bit, at least. And that's all you should do. Build your credit with them. Credit's a big thing. But I don't have any those recently. Got rid of them temporarily. I don't know why we're talking about this. Maybe they make counterfeit cards, says Doug. Sorry, Doug, I was convinced my luck would turn around. So what happened, James? Are you back home? So nothing got done. Absolutely nothing got done. And what did they tell you? Did they tell you, oh, we'll reschedule this and you're going to come in a month from now? Wow. I would be climbing the walls, man. All right. You calm yourself down, and when you have time, just fill me in. I feel bad about it. It's too bad. Working on simplifying the AD&D 1E grapple rules. Iron Man, is it worth it? Come on. Trying to keep the process, but remove the nitty-gritty complications. I will use my credit card for now. I just got an alert. Well, never mind, I'm not going to talk about it, but I got an alert about something dealing with passwords. That I got to remember to do something about. They just made me wait for an hour after my actual appointment. Pretended they never knew I was there. Then there was the pee on the floor. Wow. Do you have the option of going to a different place? Like, I imagine, I mean, assuming this isn't some specialist place. I don't really know what it is, actually. Over here, I just go somewhere else. Because some places suck. And then there's some places that are better. The church is assembled and ready to paint. That's a nice piece of terrain, Doug. You did a good job putting it together. And that's 15 mil, right? I don't know why it would be. It looks bigger to me. That's just the pictures, though. I missed that, James. Doug has an MDF church that he just got. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. I'll be curious to see what it looks like when it's all painted. Be an MDF. I've never painted an MDF piece of terrain. Yeah, take a picture and put that somewhere. Because it's 15 mil, it's pretty small. But the pictures make it look big. Was it easy to put together? Or my hand? Whichever. Almost there, folks. Almost there. We're coming along. Yippers. Only got 4 more strips to do here. 16 more muskets. Yule is over, by the way. Although technically you could go 12 days. Technically. I don't know how many people go 12 days. But yeah. It was good. I was able to relieve some lingering stresses on my life. Let some things go. Recent tragedies. I'll leave it at that. That's the whole point. And yeah. So it was a very meaningful Yule to me. As it should be. A lot of good signs and symbols. They make it so mechanically challenged. They make it so mechanically challenged. They make it so mechanically challenged people, like me, can't put it together. But you got it all put together, right? Man. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see what that looks like. I've never been a fan of MDF terrain buildings. But it looks like it'd be, they're generally cheaper, right? MDF buildings and stuff. They're cheaper because it's MDF, not resin or something. I don't know if they're cheaper, but I think I think they are. I don't know. What's cheaper? Resin, plastic, or resin? Resin, plastic, or MDF? For buildings. I don't know. I always made my own out of card. This time around, I'll be making some terrain out of card as well as printing. I get some new stuff printed up for you. Doug, I'll send you some stuff. I get printing, send you a whole village. Among other things. I keep saying I'm sending people things, but I haven't sent anything. I'm putting things together. Don't worry. Just the weather has to change and I have to get myself settled here. I got things packed away, stored. I've got no place to put this, no place to put that. It's terrible. It's been a challenge. There's also a graveyard, but I'll do that later. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Now you can fight over the church. The church grounds are being assaulted. I like it. I had a nice church. I think I gave that to Ian. He's got all that 15 mil terrain. So I'll be starting over from scratch. Yep. I don't really have any terrain. I do, but not specific for what I'm working with. World War II. I've got a lot of English Civil War terrain. Whole village that I never painted. It's all resin stuff from hovels. 15 mil. I still got it. All these years. It's not really appropriate for World War II, honestly. Just looking at the models, just like, that's... Nah. It just doesn't look right. A farm, French countryside farm or something. It just doesn't look right. But I will use them for my Renaissance stuff. The graveyard has a wall, which no doubt was used for cover. Yeah, yeah. That would be nice. That would be nice. Two more strips, Doug. 2 more strips. And the muskets are all browned up. They're all, the wood parts are all painted. The only thing left is just the metal parts of the muskets. Tube and bayonets. And that's it. I'll start that tomorrow. And then the painting's done. We could move on. Move on. So maybe tomorrow, being Friday, although I usually paint on Saturdays too. I'm definitely going to get these done this week. So next week will be the start of basing and flags. I'm going to make those flags next week. Excellent. yeah, the rest of this week we're going to put the finishing touches on the Russians here, and I'm going to work on my Flames of War. So tomorrow and Saturday. Excellent. Sound like a plan? Okay. One more. This is it. Boom. Ah, there we go. All the muskets are done. Huzzah! Oh. I feel too happy right now. I'm not done with these, but it just feels like, whoa, that was a long one. Not really. But there's another step closer to being done. And they're just looking great, man. They're looking fantastic. I can't wait to show them off. My favorite army. My favorite 10mm miniatures. They're going to look so grand when they're all put on their bases and flags. This is going to look awesome. Beautiful. Okay, 4 Romies down and 3 million to go. It's getting there. It's getting there, Minnie. You're getting this. Yep. There you go. A little bit more to go. You got this. James, sorry to hear about your experience with Australia Health. It's like a never-ending story. I have that tune run in your head. Yeah. Thank you very much. Ah. Awesome. Yeah, day turned out pretty good today. After my coffee debacle. I got a lot done here. Painting wise and otherwise. How cold is it getting down where you are, Doug? Boy, is it going to be cold next week. Single digits. Day and night. Below 0 at night, man. We're dipping down into the negatives for what, 3 or 4 days in a row? Oh, man. It's not good, man. Something you Arizonians have no clue. Did you ever live outside Arizona? I think Bill did. How about you, Brian? Or Mini War Mutt? How about you? You ever live outside of Arizona before? I lived out west for a while. Convinced me I need to live there. It's been a decade, but yeah. Vutub, Napalm Records, Vindros. Yes, Vindros is awesome. Dwarf Metal. Glory Hammer, never heard of. I have to listen to that after the stream. If I can remember to look. Let me go back to this. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Yeah, screw that. Nope. Born and raised and staying here. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. Honestly, if I was going to move somewhere, the United States of America, because why I wouldn't I? I think top on my list is Arizona. Followed by Texas. Followed by Florida. And it has more to do with the weather than anything else. Plus, I have a lot of friends who live in Florida, Texas, and Arizona. Well, not so much Arizona. I think I know like 2, 3 people. You're here in the chat with me. Oh, actually, I take that back. I have a lot of friends in Arizona. I forgot about my non-wargaming friends. That would be number 1 on my list. It has a lot to do with the weather and the people. Beautiful landscapes is right up my alley. But, you know, Florida would be under that in Texas. Cold every morning. Not as bad as Northeast PA. The snow doesn't melt. I lived in Flagstaff for 10 years. I had my fair share of shoveling snow. I don't mind snow. The snow doesn't bother me. It's beautiful, actually. When it comes down, it can be extremely hazardous, like it was earlier last year, December. But I don't mind shoveling it. It's usually not that big of a deal. And yeah, it lingers, but not for too long, which is good, you know. It ain't like it used to be a couple decades ago. But it's the cold, wet air which comes with the snow and winter. That on top of just wet and chilly springs. And falls, I think, are actually better than spring. You get some good weather and beautiful scenery in the fall. I didn't always feel that way about falls here on the East Coast, but I'm starting to change my mind about that. Springs are turning out to be miserable. And I always love spring, but they're usually cold and wet. You know? Which is nothing exciting. The one good thing about it is that you do get some nice, beautiful sunshine in the daytime. And everything's coming alive. All the swallows come out. All the birds are dancing and playing in the trees. And the trees are starting to bud. And everything is blooming. And that part I love. It's kind of like the equivalent of fall when everything's going dormant and everything starts changing into these beautiful colors before the leaves fall. It's kind of the same thing. And it doesn't last that long, but it's so hopeful. Spring. On those beautiful sunny days, just sitting there in the grass. It feels good. That I love more than anything. But it doesn't last as long. It's supposed to be a whole season. Come on. But yeah, then it just goes right into hot, humid summers. Which I still prefer over winter. The cold. Pictures of the Southwest. I've seen, though I've never been there. Arizona has it all and is only 6 hours from the ocean. Yeah, imagine that. I've never been to Arizona. I've been really close. I've been to Nevada, Utah, but I've never crossed the border into Texas or New Mexico or Arizona. I think Arizona's a little bit lower down there. I think. But anyway, yeah, I never did that. So close. So it's cooler closer to the ocean, I imagine, right? But the Cali dudes can stay away. Yes, I agree with you. Chase him out, Mini Warmut. I only lived there briefly. Don't count me as one of them. SoCal. SoCal's burning down. Yeah. Ooh, I forgot to check this. Damn it. Do 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 boop 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 boo boo boo. See if I get demonetized. I shouldn't. But I don't know. I'm always getting demonetized because of some freaking song. And actually, I haven't been demonetized in a while. Ever since I changed my background music, no problems. Somehow, the music I was using previously for my background was being misidentified as something else. Because it wasn't what they were saying it was. And I was getting demonetized because of it. And I didn't want to go through the process because it was multiple parts of my streams. Just every stream, it was multiple parts of it. And I'm not going to contest every single freaking interpretation. So I didn't bother. I just delete the videos anyway. But I changed the background music to what it is now, and it's not an issue. So it must have been that song. Which means I can continue singing these songs, right? Karaoke night, man. I'm not getting worried about demonetization. 108. La da da da. I guess. Wow. How long have I been on now? No, that can't be it. It says 2 hours and 42 minutes. I thought it was I thought I was on for 2 hours and... No, it was 1 hour and 42 minutes. I sat here and talked for an hour and 40 minutes. Did some other things. Picked up the brush for an hour. Got all that done. So here we are. So yeah, I got a lot done. Almost 3 hours. Yeah, that's a pretty good session. I somehow managed to pack a lot of progress into a very short period of time. Somehow. It's just amazing. I'm amazing, you know that? Just amazing. And it's 8:09. Who's in our chat? I don't think we have many people here tonight. Everybody disappeared. Where'd Nordic go? Yeah, everybody drifted away. Nordic's gone. Nordic, where'd you go, man? James, that's understandable. You've got things going on. That's all right. That's all right. We got you. Haven't heard from Bill in a while. I don't know if he's still there. He's getting his popcorn ready for tonight's show of the Musty Wargamers. All right, Midi War, I want you to enjoy yourself. Have a grand meal. Maybe I'll see you tonight on the Musty Wargamers. You take care of yourself, man. And congrats on the Romes. The Romes, the little Romies. Good progress, my friend. Share pictures. It inspires me. If he could do that, I could do that too. Because that's the way we rumble. See you on the musty side. I like it. I like it. See you on the musty side for sure. For sure. That's right. Now I gotta show up over there. Hang out with those knuckleheads. Yeah. I'll be sure to remind them of their knuckleheaddom. Oh. Here we go again. Yeah. Then I'm going to work on my tank. Got to paint that a little oxide, the oxidation. I'm going to do that tomorrow as well. If I don't get distracted. Yeah, good progress. So yeah, tomorrow I might get them all done. Something tells me that painting the metallics on the muskets is going to go really quick. Because it's pretty much just paint the tube, and then paint the bayonet. That's really it. If you use a slightly bigger brush, I should be fine. I should be able to get everything done tomorrow. We'll see, though. I might get too fatigued. Have to do something else. That's the biggest challenge of doing commissions like this, is that, at least the way I paint, it gets very tedious. I have to break things up. I can't do 200 muskets. I mean, can I? Yeah, I could. But do I want to? Do I have to? No to both, I would say. Because it's very tedious and taxing on my eyes and everything else. So you do something else. You break out the tanks. Let's paint some tracks. Keeps me motivated. It's not so draining. Keeps me interested in what I'm doing. Which is pretty important, right? When it comes to enjoying this hobby of painting miniatures. Yeah, I would say so. Alright, we're down to 2 viewers, 1 viewer. At least on YouTube end. I'm going to call this. Give all you guys a breather from my nonsense. That was pretty good, though. That was a 3-hour session. Yeah. And we'll do this again tomorrow and probably Saturday. So, yeah, with that, I guess you guys, you take care of yourself. If I'm anywhere tonight, it'll be over on the Musty Wargamers show. I can't remember if it's Rusty or Palmer hosting. If you don't know who that is, just put it in your YouTube search. Musty Wargamers. They have a show they do. You'll see all kinds of videos and links. So, yeah, Doug, I'll see you again soon. Mini Warmut. Bill, everybody else, James, you take care of yourself. Don't worry too much about it. And fill me in over on Discord when you get the time. And yeah, hope everybody enjoys their evening. And the upcoming weekend that's coming, getting yourself ready and primed. It's going to be a good one, I'm telling you. And I'll see all you guys tomorrow. So, folks, you guys hang in there, because it's only going to get better. And I'll talk to you soon. You too, Nordstrom. You take care of yourself. Talk to you soon, folks.